Hello, kidney warriors. James here from Dadvice TV, your online kidney health coach. And this is Dadvice TV Live. I like to welcome everyone who's new. It's great to have you here. You're going to learn a lot about managing kidney disease and how to kick kidney disease to the curb so you can improve your quality of life. Now, for those of you that are new, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is James, and I have kidney disease, diagnosed stage 5, and told I needed to go on dialysis. Well, I never did. I instead focused on diet and lifestyle changes. I got healthier, dropped some weight, got my blood pressure under control, and focused on what I was eating. And my health improved, and along with my health, my kidney labs improved. And now my kidneys are not holding me back. I am full of energy and loving life. Now, as a kidney patient, one of the biggest challenges we all face is what to eat. It feels like everything is off the menu, but when you start working with a renal dietitian, one of the best things you can do, you're going to learn how you can make almost anything fit into your diet. It really comes down to making better choices and portion control. Now, one of those great choices that I like to talk about, what we're going to be talking about tonight, is food products from the brand Flavis. Now, Flavis is an Italian company. They make what's kind of considered medical food. It's designed to be low protein, low phosphorus, low potassium, all those things that kidney patients have to worry about. This is designed to either not have them or have very little, so that it's easy to fit the different Flavis products like their chocolate chip cookies, one of my favorites, and their whole line of pastas and breads into your renal diet. Now, when you have great products like that that are easy to fit into your diet, it then comes down to, what do I do with them? What kind of recipes can I make so I can have some variety and start loving eating all my food again? Well, we're going to bring a new recipe to you tonight, just like we do every month when we have Megan from Flavis here to show us how to make something. So let's go ahead. Let's welcome Megan. Hey, Megan, how you doing?
Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm doing great.
Awesome. How's your weather where you're at? You're in New York, right?
Yes, I'm in New York City, and it's a little cold today, but very sunny, which I like that too. So it's all good. Getting
We had,
warmer.
believe it or not, snow yesterday on the 21st. We just lost Megan. We had her here. We lost her. She's coming back. Hold on. Let me get her back in. I think her internet just went out for a little bit. All
Sorry about
right.
that.
There you go.
Hi,
Hey, no
I'm back.
problem. So I was mentioning
Sorry about that.
it snowed here. We had awful weather or cold weather here in Ohio, but I'm glad it's looking sunny. I'm going to be going for a walk later tonight after we learn how to make. What are we making today? We are making
So it's a
pasta,
pasta dish this time.
pasta salad with
Yeah. So,
vegetables.
as the weather's getting warmer, we love a pasta salad. I think it's one of my favorite things to bring in for lunch or wherever I'm going. It's one of my favorite things to bring in for lunch or wherever I'm going. It's easy. You can make a big batch of it. It's one of those great things that a lot of people can enjoy. So I love it.
Yeah. Now tell everyone about your background and how you're connected to Flavis.
Yep. So I am a registered dietitian. I am responsible for all of the nutrition related communications, some product development, and some research at Dr. Shar, which makes Flavis products. Um, Flavis is one of the brands of Dr. Shar, and Dr. Shar is a global company that makes all kinds of special dietary products, and so the most well-known one is Shar gluten free. And then we have Flavis products, which are low in protein, sodium, potassium, and phosphorus, just like you just said. We're originally from Italy, so we make a lot of Italian-inspired foods. We've got, breads, pastas, pizza bases, cookies, crackers, all things that Italians love to eat and take very seriously. So that's why some of our products are, um, in a lot of our recipes, they feel very Italian, but they taste really good. So that's a good thing. And yeah, so we've been doing the low protein food for kidney disease for almost 4 years now. So it's kind of new to the US, but we're really excited to share this with all of you, people who are trying to use diet to manage their disease is, what we specialize in. So we've got a lot of resources on our website if you need help. We've got resources on we've got recipes, we've got handouts, we've got different things for special conditions, all kinds of stuff on www.flavis.com.
Awesome. And if anybody wants to access the full Flavis catalog, see everything they offer, you can go to the URL right there on the screen. Go. Yeah, you got to go to the other point, the other side if you're trying to point to it.
No, I was trying to move my curtain out of my
okay.
my vision.
Go.dadvicetv.com/food will take you right to their catalog, so you can see all the great products and the variety of things that they make. Now we already have two people asking the same question, and we get this one every time we talk about this. When we think of pasta products, we think, a no-no for diabetics. Are some of these pasta products, like the dish we're making today, can that fit into a diabetic diet?
Yes, so it definitely can. We are fully aware that a lot of people with kidney disease also have diabetes or need to manage their blood sugar. So, one of the ways we work on that is through fiber. So, a high fiber food kind of mitigates the blood sugar response. So, you eat carbohydrates, your blood sugar goes up, and you want to kind of minimize that blood sugar spike so that your body can appropriately respond so that the carbohydrates can get into your cells. And so when you have diabetes, you become less efficient at doing that. And fiber is one of the ways to kind of prevent that large spike. So we want to keep things a little more steady. I'm always doing this. And that's fine. So these are all at least good sources of fiber. Some of them are excellent sources of fiber, but in general, one serving of the Flavis pasta is going to be about 4 grams of fiber per serving, which is 14% of your daily needs. And that is considered a good source of fiber. So that's really, really important. And I feel very strongly that we need to be always thinking about fiber when we're
Oh,
making
yes.
our
Matter of
recipes
fact,
and stuff.
renal dietitian Jen Hernandez and I, during one of our most recent shows, talked a lot about the importance of fiber in the kidney diet. And when I was first diagnosed, when my kidney function was at its lowest, my doctors over time ramped my fiber way, way up, which really helped me getting adjusted to eating better, getting my blood sugar under control. And then they started weaning me back off of the fiber. It was a slow process, not an overnight thing, but fiber is like one of those secret ingredients, which is really good in a renal diet.
Yeah, and with a renal diet, the fiber, fiber is perfect for like everyone. We all need fiber. 30 grams a day is the goal. If you're going to start adding fiber to your diet, make sure you're hydrating so that you don't cause some blockage, but you definitely want to try to get that 30 grams. I will say with kidney disease specifically, the fiber helps pull toxins out of the body. And so it's really important that you're, first of all, creating a healthy environment in your gut and then pulling some of those toxins out. So, yes, so important for kidney disease, so important for everyone, though. I mean, really, Americans are not getting enough.
Yep. Now, today's recipe, let's go ahead and let's jump right into it because there's something really cool. I just watched the video to kind of get an idea. Hey, how do we make this? Is this something I can make tonight? And I saw something really, really cool that I'm going to ask you about. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up our recipe so we can walk through it for tonight. Got our little Flavis kitchen opening with the music right there. I love the music.
I do too. It's cute.
Now this one is actually really easy, 15 minutes, and you're gonna make 2 servings, which is great.
Yeah. And so look at all those veggies. So
Yes.
fiber is found in really all your plants, fruits, vegetables, grains, beans, legumes, all that stuff. So anything that grows. So this recipe includes a lot of vegetables. Got some great color. I love that as a dietitian. And the olive oil is a good healthy fat. It's a plant-based
Hmm.
fat, so we always like that for really any type of healthy Mediterranean style diet. Um, some of you might be wondering about the tomatoes because they might be high in potassium, but we always consider the appropriate portion size for someone who might need to follow a potassium restricted diet. Of course, not everybody with kidney disease does. We just like to be mindful of that. So, portion size is something that you always want to consider with, everything, including if you have a potassium restriction, you need to be restricting things like tomatoes. But for the most part, I think a lot of doctors maybe recommend that too early. I think a lot of times, the vegetables aren't the real issue with potassium. It's sometimes the
Right.
additives and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of scary when you look at this processed food and you look at the labels, how much phosphorus is added, how much potassium is added. And we actually discussed potassium earlier this week with renal dietitian Jen Hernandez. And it really does come down to, first of all, your doctor needs to recommend the low potassium diet.
Yes.
If they haven't, you're okay, because potassium is good for most kidney patients,
Yes.
especially as their GFR is up a little bit higher, because it's great for our heart. But even going low potassium just means restricting it, not getting rid of it, because we still need some. Now,
Yes.
one thing that I noticed in here is the green olives. I think this is our first recipe that includes green olives, and I personally love olives, but I've always been a little afraid of them because they pretty much are sitting there in salt water. It
Yeah.
seems like.
So, a couple tips for that. And, you can find some that are a little bit less salty than others, but you can always cut them and rinse them. I think people really underutilize the rinsing. When you wash, any canned food like beans or artichoke hearts or something like that, I always give it a really nice 30-second rinse in cold water. Same thing for olives. You still get the flavor, you're just cutting out a lot of the sodium that's preserving it.
Yeah, that's what I do. I rinse them, and anything I cook that I think has a little too much of stuff, I do that multi-boil technique
Yeah.
and dump the water, new fresh water, boil again to kind of pull out some of the excess potassium and stuff. So I'm just getting the food itself.
Yeah.
All right, let's get in here to making this one. This is one that looks so colorful when it's done because of all those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, so all the vegetables, cut them whatever size you want. But make sure if they're all the same size, that's a little better for cooking them evenly.
Now, I noticed in this video, we're boiling or boiling most of the veggies, a lot of them, and we're boiling them multiple times. Is
Yeah.
this to reduce the potassium in them?
Yeah, it's to kind of pull some of that out. So that's one of the chef's tips. It also makes them softer. So, if you don't have to worry about potassium and you like a crunchier texture, you're welcome to only do it once. But that's why we did it for this recipe.
Cool. See, that was the thing I saw. I was like, aha, this is being boiled multiple times. Is that for the
Yep.
potassium?
Yep.
Now, any suggestions for things we can replace? If, for example, I don't know
Oh.
why, but I absolutely hate tomatoes
Okay.
in food, except for on a hamburger, which I shouldn't be eating, and I don't eat anymore.
Yeah, I mean, literally any vegetable. So in this recipe, I'm a yellow pepper fan. I know I like that instead of red peppers. I would recommend eggplant in something like this. In the springtime, we've got asparagus. I think that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, you can actually just chop up a couple
Yeah,
spears. You don't even have to have that many. Oh, that would be delicious.
absolutely. And so, yeah, really any vegetable I would say would work well in this. But yeah, for this one we went with some non-starchy vegetables, but you could always add something a little starchier if you wanted, like squash or whatever.
Squash is my big thing right now. That and zucchini, I am all over them.
Yes. Here's the peas.
Now, why are we doing the peas separate from the others?
Just because they get mushy if you boil them multiple times.
Ah, okay, got it.
Yeah, you can also microwave your peas, just as good.
See, that's what I do. Here's my trick for microwaving. I put them in a Ziploc baggie, and I put a little bit of water in there, and I zip it, but not all the way. And then I kind of set it so the zip's up and it doesn't fall over. And I microwave, and it pretty much steams right there in the bag.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the healthiest way to cook them because the bag is made out of plastic. But I do it. I can drain the water real easy while it's in the bag. You just make close it almost all the way.
Really small. Yeah.
Exactly. Drain the water, then open it, put it on my plate.
I mean, you can actually just put it in a glass bowl with a little water too. That works for me. That's what I do.
I am so bad at dishes. I never have the right ones. So I've gotten to where I'm like, okay, I'm using Ziploc baggies. I always have cases, it seems like, of those. So now we're boiling some more water after we've done our peas.
Yeah, so this is for the pasta.
Yes.
And I just want to mention with the Flavis pasta, it is a gluten-free pasta, so you do want to cook it for the recommended time. So this is 5 minutes. It's also, the instructions are on the packaging. It's really important because it's gluten-free, which is just because everything at Char is gluten-free, and that's what we do. We don't make anything that contains gluten. It has nothing to do with kidney disease, but you've got to just be careful with the texture. You want it to maintain that bouncy texture, and if you follow the instructions on the package, that will be the case.
Yep, and I used to have the big box of this, but I ate it. I do have one of the small bags of it, and it says 5 to 7 minutes is all it takes to cook up this 1.5 serving. I'd make this 1 serving for me because it tastes so good, especially when you mix in things like these vegetables and a little bit of olive oil or something.
Yeah, and hey, our pasta cooks a little faster than regular pasta, which is nice. So we're putting a little olive oil on top for some flavor, some healthy fats. Fats are really important for a whole bunch of things. They're heart healthy. They keep you satisfied and full. So we definitely want to make sure to get those in our diet. All right. And honestly, isn't this not the easiest recipe ever?
Exactly. And there's those olives. Sliced and rinsed. Yeah, Ed said... Or no, it was Catherine. She loves green olives. So do I, Catherine. I love all olives.
Yep, and there's your tomatoes.
And there's our cherry tomatoes.
Optional tomatoes. For those of you who don't like them. I actually saw recently this salad place I order from emailed me saying tomatoes are the most polarizing vegetable. I was like, didn't know.
Oh.
Yeah, and so here you let the pasta cool because it's a cold pasta salad. You can certainly eat this warm if you want to. That's totally fine.
I'm a warm pasta person.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yep.
I would make this up and then I would go out to the grill while I'm making this and I would grill up some sliced zucchini and stuff like that, I can't remember what the other one's called. Darn it, squash. Zucchini and squash. I'd slice them up, grill those, put them on the grill with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of pepper, come in, make this, and then boom, that would be my meal. Look at that.
And you know what I would add?
What?
I would add vinegar because I like that flavoring. So if you want to add a little acid, a little red wine vinegar or balsamic vinegar would be awesome on this.
I never thought about that with pasta. I love adding vinegar to my deviled eggs. I love pickle juice is a great source of vinegar or malt vinegar.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit of a higher sodium choice for sure, though. So, the
but
plain
a little
vinegars.
bit goes a long way. That's the great thing about that.
That's very true. You could also do lemon juice if you like a fresher flavor.
Oh, yeah.
And chives. We picked chives for this recipe. Literally, you can add any herb that you like. They're all wonderful. They all have great flavor. So chives go well, but you don't have to use chives.
Yeah, right now I am on a lemon and lime kick. I'm putting one or the other or both on practically everything. And I've now gone, it's been about 2 weeks, maybe even almost 3 weeks now since I've had any animal protein. No eggs, no chicken, none of that. I have been 100% plant-based, not on purpose. I'm just discovering all these great meals that I can make, similar to this, that have a lot of color and flavor and texture, and it's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing for me. They make your food beautiful, all the colors. And so I've been adding, in the springtime, like I love the spring vegetables. We've got like a lot of your radishes there, and those have such great color. There's asparagus. There's a lot of
Oh, yeah.
root vegetables that are really nice. So I've been roasting a lot of carrots and all those things. So lots of good choices, especially spring, summer. Really good fruits and vegetables that are in season. So love
Yep.
that.
Well, and here in Ohio, we have amazing farmers markets. First of all,
Hmm.
the food is so fresh, it's so affordable, and there's so much variety. So I am super, super excited for those to start opening up again. Get my mask on, even though I'm vaccinated, and go out there, start shopping and getting more of those. But the supermarkets already are starting to get in the strawberries and
Yes.
stuff. The prices have come way, way down. And I have just been enjoying it, making so many different meals, a whole lot of roasting. I am roasting all sorts of stuff. Just turn the grill on, put some stuff in there, wrapped in aluminum, a little bit of olive oil, some pepper or other spices, slice up like some red bell peppers for some more flavors. Oh, I have been in heaven.
Yeah, I know. Same. It's a dietitian's dream.
Yeah, it's just absolutely awesome. So
Yeah.
that looks really, really good. Now, as far as being for diabetics, since we did have people ask about that,
Hmm.
are there? I really didn't see anything in that recipe that I'd have to worry about as a
Nope.
diabetic. So no
Nope.
substitutions
Um,
really needed.
Not really, no. And, you just of course want to watch your portion size of pasta, but that's with anything.
Hmm.
So it's yeah, no, there shouldn't be anything you need to substitute with that recipe.
Awesome, fantastic. So I have a question. So Flavis, we've got the pandemic. We've all pretty much been stuck at home for, it feels like forever, but for pretty much a
Hmm.
year or more.
Yeah.
All the kidney events, the kidney walks, and all those were all virtual. But I'm hoping that soon we'll start having those in place again.
Yes.
Um, Anything on the calendar coming up that you know of where we might be able to go and see Flavis? Will they be at any of the events as they start coming back on the
So we're
calendar?
we're kind of waiting, but certainly the kidney walks and stuff are always something that we support. So actually, if you're working with a local kidney walk, you should have James contact me because I always am happy to donate thing. I love to donate Flavis food to that type of thing. So we're kind of just waiting and seeing. But
Yep.
if there is one event that Flavis won't be at, but Char, my the other brand of my company, we will be at
Yep.
is the Kroger Wellness Festival in August, which is in Cincinnati, Ohio. I
It's
will
my
be
back.
there.
I'm in Cincinnati. Hold on.
I know, and it's not just it seems like it's going to be a really fun wellness event. So Kroger's they always do a great job with their
Oh,
wellness
they're
event. But if you're in
awesome.
Cincinnati, you can come see me and see there's going to be so much there. There's going to be speakers, exercise classes, all kinds of things.
I will be there.
Yeah,
Email me what you
I
know
will.
about it so
Yes.
I can make sure I'll take off from work if I need to. That would be awesome. And Kroger, I mean, first of all, their headquarters is here in Cincinnati, which is great. They are such a wonderful part of the community, always doing
Yeah.
events, helping out. First of all, they got stores everywhere too, and they have a
Yes.
great health food section. As a matter of fact, Kroger is my choice for going to get groceries. There's a
Hmm.
Meijer down the street. I like them Sunday night when things get marked down. I'll go to Meijer. We got Walmart and stuff, but Kroger is my store. That's where I always go, especially the one near me has an awesome selection of healthy foods, fresh vegetables, and that is just awesome. I'm excited to
Yeah.
hear about that.
Yeah, I'm so excited it's going to be outdoors, so COVID safe or as safe as we can be. They have a
Yep.
whole bunch of precautions in place, so yeah, so excited to be there. And an in-person event. I can't believe it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, yeah, I wasn't sure if any of them were on the calendar yet, and I've been keeping
Yeah.
an eye out. I'm eager to get out there, start going to events again. I love meeting everyone in the chats here and in the comments and all that, but meeting people in person, guys, I'm a very outgoing person. You could tell I'm a people person. You can't lock me up, keep me inside forever.
I'm the same. I miss it so much. I'm really hoping towards the end of the year we get a few more things.
Yeah. Now, Rose just asked a great question. Are there any stores selling
hmm
any of the Flavis products? And it looks like she's in Canada, just up north a little
Okay.
bit.
Yeah, so right now we're only online because it makes the most sense right now. So we're on shop.flavis.com. And actually, James, the promo code is still live if you want to mention that. I believe it was Dadvice TV, but we can post about it in the comments
I'm
afterwards.
going to look it
Yes,
up, make sure what it was. It was either
yeah.
Dadvice or Dadvice TV. Let
Yes.
me look it up and find
While
out.
we look for that, to answer the question about Canada, so that is something we're really interested in getting our products available in Canada. We're hoping that we can work on that. It's something we're working on. It's just kind of a matter of, need and feasibility because we are shipping the products from Italy. So we're a small family company and sometimes things take a little longer, but know that we are looking at new markets and Canada's definitely one of them.
That is awesome. Yeah, I looked up the code. It is Dadvice. So if you go to the Flavis website, put in the coupon code Dadvice, you get a discount.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it is, but you get a discount, and that's
Yeah.
great.
I think it was $10 off your order, but I could be wrong. It might be different than that. It's a
Yeah,
surprise.
I can never remember. But it is great. And another piece of feedback for everyone out there who might be ordering, the products come from Italy and they ship here
Yes.
to the U.S. It may say, hey, it's going to take X amount of
Mhm.
time. It give you a range for the shipping. Mine has always been a fraction of that. They
Oh, that's good
arrive
to know.
so much quicker. And I'm in
Yeah.
Cincinnati, so I'm we
Well,
consider ourselves the Midwest, though we're much, much closer to the East Coast.
I will say we try very, very hard to get things here quickly. Again, we're we're a pretty small company, and sometimes things do take a little longer. So we appreciate everyone's patience. We try to get you your products within a 2 week time frame. Usually, it's shorter. I hope. Um, and yeah, and if there's any sort of supply issue or something like that, we very clearly indicate it. So hopefully, there's what you want. But if not, we try really hard to get things back quickly so they're not out of stock for very long. And I know that's been something that we've been really trying to work on lately because we had actually the Suez Canal blockage really
Yeah, yeah,
was
yeah.
interest. A lot of those containers were not carrying our products, but we used some of those same containers to carry our products. So they were delayed in getting to us. So we actually had delays from that too, which is so funny because you wouldn't think Flavis Foods coming from Italy, but that really did back up supply chain across the world.
Yeah, and for anyone out there who hasn't tried the Flavis products, there's a whole bunch of different pastas. This is a sample
Yes.
size of one, but they come in boxes. This is some of
hmm
them. But I'll tell you, my two, or I'm going to say my three favorite products out there. First of all, is the chocolate chip cookies, and I don't think they're called chocolate chip cookies,
They're just
but
cookies. Yeah.
they're cookies, but they're like the Chips Ahoy's,
hmm
the good ones. They're the dry ones, not the moist ones. I can't stand the moist ones. For some reason, they give me a headache. I don't know if there's just extra preservatives or what in those
They're a little
moist
gummy.
cookies. Yeah, these ones are the dry ones, which are the kinds I love. You can eat a whole thing of them. So you got to watch your portion size. They're very addictive. Don't sit down to Netflix with them. My second favorite thing is those fruit bars. They're like to me, it's a breakfast bar or a snack during the day. Some kind of fruit inside and almost like a soft cookie, but not gummy on the outside. Those things are great. And then the crostinis, I think they're called.
Oh, yeah. Yes, those crostinis are great.
Oh my goodness, you can make like finger foods with them. You can make breadcrumbs and stuff with it too, but they're great for dipping in hummus or putting different things on them. They are just little toasted, sliced, thin bread things that are, it's hard to describe. I don't have any because they do not
So they're
last
crispy.
long.
They're just basically crisp our ciabatta breads, basically. They just crisp them.
Mm-hmm.
So I will tell you I saw something really cool the other day with their crostini. So somebody was showing me that they ground them up in a food processor, added dried herbs to them, and then they roasted vegetables. And when they were almost done, they pulled them out of the oven, and then they added a little more oil and then tossed them with the breadcrumbs, and they had crispy vegetables.
Oh, I do something similar to that with green beans, the
Yeah.
long green
Yeah.
beans. Oh, that is an awesome idea.
So that's and you just got to be careful that you cook the vegetables first so that you don't burn the breadcrumbs when you put them
Hmm.
on, but I thought it looked delicious, so worth a try.
Yeah, I loved, and this is not a kidney-friendly snack. It could be made it, but I made little tiny pizza bites out of them. I'd
Okay.
take them, and I do not like tomatoes, but I'll make a tomato sauce or a tomato paste. I'll make that. I'll take the cherry tomatoes, put them in my little tiny blender, bend them up, throw in some basil for some flavor, some garlic, some onion powder. Made my own little sauce, my tomato paste, put a little bit of that on there. I put a little bit of Swiss cheese. I like Swiss cheese, it's low sodium. And just put those in the toaster oven. It doesn't take long. You're just pretty much melting
Yeah.
the cheese to it.
Sounds
Oh,
delicious.
it is it's a good pizza bite. Instead of having a pizza bagel, which let me tell you guys, those pizza bagels, you guys know, they never taste good. The kids eat them, but they don't taste good. It's all bread. No, this, you got flavor. And it's like something you can hand out at a party, and it's awesome. So those are my 3 favorite products that Flavis has that do not last long in my house. All of those I have to keep my wife and my kids away from. Tell them, no, that's my kidney food. Leave that alone, because everyone loves it.
I love that. Yeah. I love all those product choices too. My favorite to add to the list is the pizza crust. I think it's awesome and
So,
holds up really well.
I keep forgetting about the pizza crust. I still have one. I have not used it.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can do with that pizza crust. It's a thin crust pizza. Well, it's just the base, and then you can put whatever else you want on it.
Yeah, and since now my kidneys are working much better, my health is up, I'm doing better, I could put quite a bit in there. I could slice up some green olives, rinse them to get the sodium off, slice up some black olives, put those on there. I like more of what is a traditional Italian pizza. You got the sauce, you got the big clumps of mozzarella cheese.
Yeah.
I don't like the American style where it's just a sea of cheese. I like lots of.
I like to do light cheese too. The
Yeah.
little
So
mozzarella balls, they sell them like really little. I like to just put those
exactly.
on.
Put those all
Yeah.
over it and let them kind of flatten as a cook.
Yeah. My favorites are peppers and onions I love to put on. So yeah.
Oh
All
yeah,
good
very
stuff.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting hungry. All right, so
It's dinner
we actually
time.
did really well. We got through the recipe pretty quick. For anyone who's out there is hungry and eager, we went through the recipe. Again, let me bring up your website right here so everyone knows where they can learn about
Yep.
the different products. You can go to flavis.com, or you can go, if you want to go straight to their catalog. I think you said it was shop.flavis.com.
Yep, shop.flavis.com, and use the code Dadvice for some
Yeah.
discount.
And you can save some money. Lots of great products out there. And we, as a kidney community, we appreciate, companies like Flavis who are thinking about us, making products that allow us to expand what we can eat with less time spent going, I can't have that much. Because we can go buy regular pasta, but we're going to have less of it. When we get these products, we know they're low potassium, low phosphorus, low protein. They're not loaded with sodium and things like that. So it makes it much easier to work them into a diet. And we definitely appreciate companies like Flavis, which there are not very many of, out there making products for the kidney community. So I encourage everyone out there, visit their website, give some of their products a try. You are gonna be thrilled. Try the cookies, and hopefully you don't have a shortage of the cookies.
No, I hope not. I don't think so.
Bring a lot. You guys need small sample bags of the cookies for Cincinnati when you get here. Those little cookies,
I agree.
those bars are individually wrapped, so those you can give out as samples.
Yes, I know. I'm always pushing the individually wrapped, especially these days.
Yes, exactly. All right. Well, I want to thank everyone for joining us today. We're trying to keep the show shorter, which is great. I'm getting ready to go to Kroger to do some shopping. And I'm so excited to hear that you guys are going to be doing a Kroger event later.
Yeah.
Boom. That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us, Megan. And this is the last live show of the week. So I will be back on a Monday with Dr. Rosansky. Then we got Jen on Tuesday. And it's almost the end of the month. So I can't even remember who else we have next week. But I'll see everybody in the next video. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye.
Bye.